What's going on, Broncos country? How's everybody doing today? Look, I was outside for a little bit today here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was like we hit 70 degrees today. I was out there, sipping on my brew for a little bit. I mean, wow. And like, my wife even came outside, right? Now we already know, like, I wasn't at the combine, but you could say I was at the combine because I was watching the combine from the day it started till the day it finished. I heard Sean Payton, you know, said the Russell Wilson decision is coming soon. Then I heard them say, you know, when we get back to Denver, that's when we going, because free agency starts next week. The legal tampering period starts next Monday. That's the 11th. Okay, so I'm about to get where I'm about to get at, but I'm just still talking through some things, man, because good griefs, the shit is real. Look, everybody in Broncos country knew it was coming. Knew it was coming. And guess what? It came, y'all. It came. The ride is over. The ride is over. How about that? The ride is over, y'all. The ride is fucking over. In Denver. It's over. How don't matter what you speak it. So it's over. It's over. The ride is fucking over. In Denver. How about that shit? Finally, we all knew this shit was gonna happen. And then they did it, right? They did it in time for Russell Wilson to hit, to hit free agency. So, did they really do good by him? You could say so in a sense, but to me, he got what he asked for, because he was the one, pardon me, nose itching, pardon me for that, but he was the one, like, when Nathaniel Hackett got fired, pardon me, he was the one banging the table for Sean Payton. He did that. He was bringing the table for Sean Payton. But the ownership group was doing their due diligence to go get Jim Harbaugh. Now you tell me, would the outcome would have been different if it was Jim Harbaugh last year instead of Sean Payton? Who knows? That's something that we would never know. But we know this, that Russell Wilson is not Sean Payton's type of quarterback. No matter how much Russell Wilson and Drew Brees are friends, no matter how much that came to place, Russell Wilson is just not Sean Payton's type of quarterback. Sean Payton offense works on timing and timing, precision, short throws across the middle. That opens up the passing game, right? But that's Sean Payton's offense, and then the run game, which the Broncos' run game last year wasn't good. Wasn't good. Okay, we know Javonte Williams was just coming off that ACL injury and all that, but then he had some other shit going on with him too that had to hell. Did Javonte come back too soon? He might have. He was good at healthy another play, but he wasn't the Javonte Williams that we know. The Javonte Williams that breaks tackles and all that. Samaje Perine. He didn't offer nothing in the run game. Not a bit last year. Not really. He was more, Samaje Perine was more effective last year in the passing game. Right? But he was effective in the passing game. Javonte Williams, he did damage. He did what he could, you know. But you know what I mean? And then you had Jaleel McLaughlin, the rookie. He showed flashes, but they didn't use him enough. They didn't use him enough. Look, Russell Wilson led a couple four-quarter comebacks this year. Look, I've been listening to a lot of people before I even turned this part, before I even started to do my podcast. And like a lot of other people in different podcasts, especially on Speak, James Jones said one good thing. He did say a good thing, and that was if Russell Wilson had won just a few more games, just a couple more games this year, if he had won a couple more games this year, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. If Russell Wilson had won a few more games this year, just a few more games, a couple more games this year, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. But it just so happens we are. And then, like, you got to understand the fact, Sean Payton, he had the power to run the football decisions. George Payton is just kind of a lackey. You know what I mean? He still has the title of the general manager, but he's just still kind of a lackey. Sorry, George Payton, but that's what you are right now. Cause you're right dead in the middle of this. You the one that did the deal, went out and got him, signed him. Okay, yeah, the ownership wasn't in place, but you had to get the okay for you to do that big contract. They had to sign off on it, right? They really had to sign off on this big contract that you just did with Russell Wilson. That 242 point something million contract. Now the Broncos will still be on the hook for that $39 million this year. Okay, they did it a post June 1st. They released them with a post June 1st designation. We all knew that was coming. So now that means they don't have to eat it all at once this year. They don't have to eat it. They could spread it out over 2 years. That's what they could do. They could spread it out over 2 years. Look, Russell Wilson was just the first, to me, the first of many. The first of many contracts to get released this season. Because to me, they're resetting. They got to reset. They already said Cortland Sutton is safe. So what they probably would do with Cortland Sutton is they'll probably restructure his contract, maybe give him an extension with more money up front, right? That's what they probably do. Give him a new contract with more money up front. Maybe add on 2 more years to Cortland Sutton with a bigger signing bonus, and then add some 4 years to his contract. Who knows what they'll do? But the wide receiver room is poised to look much different. So we gotta look out for that too. But no, I'm not getting off the Russell Wilson contract because it's big. It's big. I gotta do this today. I got to. So really, who was at fault here? Well, George Payton wound up getting fired after this season. Will he be the fall guy? Because you know the Walton Penny Group ain't going nowhere. Sean Payton is not going nowhere. He's not. So who will be the fall guy? The man that made this contract. Probably George Payton. And this will go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history. That's, yes sir, it will go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history. It has to. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't shake it. Can't shake it like that. It won't happen like that. But it's going to go down as one of the worst trades. There is no other way around it. No other way around it. Now, mind you, Russell Wilson did play better this year than he did under Nathaniel Hackett. Now, mind you, if he played like he played this year under Nathaniel Hackett, and then Nathaniel Hackett gets fired, he plays the same under Sean Payton, ain't no, who knows? Who knows? Because Sean Payton is known for that. He's known for that. When will this shit end? When will the Denver Broncos be relevant again? The Denver Broncos need to be relevant once again. Now, I'm going to tell you, I got a couple things to tell y'all real quick. I really do got a few things to tell y'all. Look, I might be here for a little bit, cause look, I'm gonna be like a little bitch right now, and I'm gonna just spill the fucking beans, right? Everybody knew this was coming. It had to happen. Russell Wilson already started doing things like when reporters. I even let y'all know this. I even did a podcast and let y'all know that Russell Wilson and Sierra Wilson put their 25 million mansion up for sale, and that they was doing tours, showing people their house, doing tours, showing people the house, the whereabouts, and around, because it was a mansion. So in a mansion they call it tours. If it was a regular house, like a regular 9-to-5 working person, working hard to pay bills, no, he's just showing his house. He's not doing a tour. His house is just up for sale. The agent is just showing his house. But a mansion, they doing tours because it's a lot to fucking see. It's a lot to fucking see. It's a lot to fucking see. Yeah, I'm sipping my favorite beer, y'all. Old English 800. It's my favorite beer. And I'm on it right now. But luckily, I only bought one today. So this is the first one. It'll be the only one today because I ain't going to the store again tonight. I'll be on it again tomorrow because I know I'm going to have to do another podcast to follow this shit up tomorrow. Because I'm going to have more news tomorrow. Wow. But look. Now, it's a lot of pressure on Sean Payton right now. Whether he knows it or not. Whether he knows this shit or not. It's a lot of pressure on his ass right now. As of right now, it's a lot of fucking pressure on Sean Payton. Look, I love Sean Payton. I knew what the type of head coach he was anyway. And look, he's old school. Jim Harbaugh is old. Jim Harbaugh is old school. Everybody had Russell Wilson going to the Steelers. Look, I read somewhere and heard from a reporter that, look, they giving it one more try with Kenny Pickett. They're going to do what they need to do. They're going to build around Kenny Pickett, put more weapons around Kenny Pickett to give him the best chance to succeed in the NFL. That's what you're supposed to do. And people wonder why Pittsburgh haven't had a losing season in I don't know how many years Mike Tomlin been there. You tell me. Look, I know Pat Bowlen got to be rolling over in his grave, and he's not. He's not. He's mad. He's probably up in heaven looking down on his organization that he bought and took it to prominence, right? Bought and took it to prominence. Made it the way it is. Made the Broncos the way it is. And he's like up in heaven, like, you know, he ain't cursing up in heaven, but he's like, God, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, what's going on with the Broncos? I love John Elway, but he was the one that started the demise of the Denver Broncos. Look, he did a good thing. He brought Peyton Manning to Denver. He signed Von Miller. He brought the best defense that the NFL has ever saw to Denver. T.J. Ward, Von Miller he drafted. DeMarcus Ware, the best defense that ever was. Chris Harris Jr. was an undrafted free agent, but he rose to prominence, carrying to be a mainstay in Denver. Started the no-fly zone. Bradley Roby, T.J. Boss Ward, came fucking to leave. Now we in the hands of, well, at least Sean Payton did win one Super Bowl. He has a Super Bowl on his resume. Sean Payton does. But George Payton came from Minnesota. He's supposed to be a great-ass scout. What kind of players are you bringing in to help these quarterbacks? Okay, you didn't draft you lot. That was John Elway. We give you that. You didn't bring in no offense. John Elway did that. John Elway did a lot of fucked up shit after Peyton Manning. Now you got the Wharton Penner group coming in trying to fix this shit. So we can't blame them, right? They did the right thing. George Payton like, yo, I got one of the winningest quarterbacks in the NFL right now, ready to sign with us. But we got, he's coming here thinking that he's going to get a 5-year extension with with big money. So the Warren Penner Group, they did the right thing. They signed off on it. They money long, they pockets long. They didn't mind that because they thought they was coming in to win. They was coming in and winning. They didn't mind that. You saw what they did in their first year under management. They fired Nathaniel Hackett. He didn't make it through the season. After that Rams game on the road, said, nah, dog. Here you walk. They didn't even meet with the dude. They just wrote him a letter on his desk. He found it. He was gone. Look, am I mad at Sean Payton for what he did? No, because Russell is not Sean Payton's type of quarterback. And I'm just telling myself this shit, trying to get it banged in my head, because I'm one of the world's biggest Russell Wilson fans ever. Yeah, I hated when we played him in the Super Bowl in 2013. They whipped us. They beat our ass. They spanked us, cause they was hungry. They was hungry. Lord, man, Jesus help me. Have mercy. But listen, Sean Payton got some shit on his ass now. He got to get this shit right. Pressure is on Sean Payton right now. They have no other choice but to draft a quarterback. They got to. Even if they sell a farm for a quarterback, they got to. I'm not mad at them, but they gotta get this quarterback position right. In order for the Broncos to win, in order for them to start succeeding, yeah, we split with the Chiefs last year, but is that going to be sustainable? Without a decent quarterback, decent to good quarterback, a rookie quarterback that's getting groomed by your so-called quarterback guru in Sean Payton. Look, all the rookie quarterbacks that met with the Broncos at the Combine, they had nothing but good words to say about Sean Payton. And also, the quarterbacks coach, Davis Webb, they had glowing reviews. Even Michael Penix, he said, look, I had a wonderful, marvelous meeting with the Broncos at the Combine. They did something that I ain't even experienced in all my other interviews at the Combine. They asked me they asked me questions on the plays that I messed up on. He said, wow, that's different. I wasn't getting asked that by all these other teams. But they're not the Denver Broncos. They're not Sean Payton. And then, Davis Webb is the one in charge of these meetings. Everybody else is there just to throw a question or two in. But they letting Davis Webb lead these meetings. Look, I love it. That's a good thing. Sean Payton has faith in his staff that he hired. Now, I think all of them is going to come together as one. They're going to do their homework on all these QBs. But, look, I like Bo Nix, and I like Drake May, and a lot of people right now. Look, you know, you know, every draft, right? Every draft, a quarterback usually falls in the draft. Right now, they having Drake May as the one that's falling. That's what they're doing. They're having Drake May as the one that's going to be falling down. That they as the quarterback that's falling. That his stock is falling. Drake May. I see it in these mock drafts now. I hear it with the analysts that's talking. Look, you can ask my wife. She'll tell you, I live for this. I'm in this. But I don't think today is a sad day in Denver. I don't think so because, you know, I think for the most part that Bronco fans are wishing the best and wishing for a new era to come and hoping that they get that they get the quarterback situation right after all these years. That's what they need to do, get this quarterback situation right. After all these years, that's what they need to do. And as long as they get the quarterback position right, everything else will follow because we got a good head coach in Sean Payton. Even though it's his way or the highway. Look, everybody can't play for Sean Payton. Everybody is not a Sean Payton. Is not a Sean Payton guy. He's not a Sean Payton guy. Drew Brees was a Sean Payton guy. Even though Russell Wilson still throws the prettiest. He throws the prettiest ball in the NFL. The prettiest. Russell Wilson has the prettiest deep ball. He's the prettiest thrower of the deep ball. He has a deep ball that looks real pretty. There's a spiral on it, and it's catchable. Now, the wide receiver room is going to look totally different. I got them bringing in a free agent wide receiver and drafting one. Now, they want to keep Tim Patrick, but it's up to Tim Patrick because they're going to want to restructure Tim Patrick's deal in a way that he might not be like, really? But Tim Patrick was an undrafted wide receiver that was on his way up. But unfortunately for him, he missed back-to-back seasons with a hamstring injury. Hamstring or ACL injuries, whatever. He missed two back-to-back seasons. So in order for Tim Patrick to stay around, he's going to have to agree to a restructure. Is that bad? No, because they could front load money. Most of his guarantees, they could front load it in signing bonuses. They could do that. But we know that they're going to try to trade Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy is probably gone this year. He's probably gone. And I think they're going to try to trade him before the draft or use him as a trade chip during the draft. But I don't see Jerry Jeudy on a 53-man roster come September. I really don't see that happening. Ain't no way. Now, as for suitors for Russell Wilson, now we can just gotta say maybe Atlanta. or maybe even Washington, or maybe New England, right? Because Mike Tomlin and them already said in Pittsburgh, we're not trading for Justin Fields. But they done just released Russell Wilson, right? He could be a more attractive target, more attractive free agent, because he could sign for the veteran minimum. Why could he sign for the veteran minimum? Because the dumbass Broncos still paying him $39 million for 2024, and he's not even on the roster. See, I ain't want to say the other word. Y'all see where I was going. So I had to on the roster. Right, they still gonna have to pay him his $39 million. But with the post June 1st designation, they don't have to do that other injury guarantee, right? That was for $37 million. They escaping that, but they had to pay him that $39 million. So if I was Russell and I wanted to prove something, yeah, I'll sign for the veteran minimum. Why not? Why not? Denver already paying me $39 million. I'm getting that from them. So I can sign for the veteran minimum and show off and show out like I usually do, like I know I can do. Because he's focused now. You gotta understand, he's focused now, because this shit ain't never happened to Russell Wilson a day in his life. But you gotta understand, it's the first time. Well, you can say the second time, but I still say the first time, because Nathaniel Hackett, he's not a coach. He's not a qualified coach. Look what they're saying about Nathaniel Hackett in the Jets organization. Why is he still there? Because of Aaron Rodgers. That's why he's still living. He still got a job because of Aaron Rodgers. But you can't say that with Sean Payton. Sean Payton comes with a pedigree, offensive-minded pedigree. But it's more pressure on Sean Payton right now to get this quarterback position right. So, and look, it could be they could be throwing the smoke screen. Everybody saying it's J.J. McCarthy. When it could really be Drake May, or might even Jaden Daniels. Look, Khalid Williams ain't do no medicals. He ain't do nothing at the combine. He ain't do nothing at the combine but show his face. He interacted in a couple things when his people, sitting around seeing his people. He's a good person. Khalid Williams is a good person, so all that that they trying to bring on him, like how they did Russell Wilson, it's false. So that's a false narrative. Don't even start that shit. He's his own man. He's his own man. Everybody has a right to be their own man, their own boss, the controller of their life. But as of right now, how they have it is Drake May has fallen. If Drake May falls to the Broncos and they just gonna have to trade up a few spots from 12 to 3 or 12 to, I say 12 to 3 because, see, New England might try to go get Baker Mayfield, just like Atlanta is focused on Baker Mayfield right now. Because nobody really knows what's going to go on with Kirk Cousins, right? Nobody really knows that right now. And Kirk be wanting that fully guaranteed shit type of contracts. A lot of teams ain't doing that. So we just going to have to see. But see, I already know that what the Broncos are thinking. We can get a bridge quarterback, right? Still draft a quarterback and sign one of free agent quarterbacks. Maybe Jameis Winston or whoever's out there in the free agent market, and let the rookie sit. Let the rookie sit for a year, cause J.J. McCarthy is going to have to sit for a year. He's 21 years old. He's probably going to have to sit for a year, or maybe half a year, 3/4 of a year. Who knows? But he's going to have to sit. Yeah, he won every stop he went to, but the NFL is a different monster. It's a different monster. And I just gotta say this to you, Russell. Look, I loved you. You was my quarterback. I repped you. And I'm wishing you and your family, I'm wishing y'all well. I know you gonna land on your feet though, because you still want to play. You still want to play. Just don't go to the Raiders. Cause see, the Raiders are the type of team that will just go out and get Russell Wilson. They are that type of team. Like, you know what? We gonna sign Russell Wilson, and we gonna put him in the right situation to succeed. They the type of team that will just do that shit, knowing that they don't gotta pay him nothing. He can sign for the veteran minimum, while Denver is still gotta pay him $39 million. They the type of motherfucking team that will do that. Sorry, I said it. I let it go. I'm not gonna get in trouble because this is not made for kids. But I let it go. I let it go because I was talking about the Raiders. I'm a Raider hater. Everybody in Broncos country, we know we Raider haters. So it came out. But yeah, they're the type of team that will do that because they just that grimy. Is Sean Payton worried about the Raiders? Even though he's not. He ain't even worried about Jim Harbaugh. Even though Jim Harbaugh is his biggest competition in the AFC West right now. They got the same kind of philosophy. Both of them are old school coaches. You run the ball first. When you run the ball, you have success running the ball. You can do anything else. That's when the play action pass and all that other shit adds up to the deep pass. That's how they won the national championship. That's why a lot of people are matching J.J. McCarthy to the Broncos. Look, if the Broncos can't get Drake May or Jalen Daniel, please get Bo Nix. Because that's the quarterback. He can make all the throws. He do all that stuff. He did it all again. Look, I won't be mad at Michael Penix. But there's another sleeper quarterback out there. He showed his arm off at the combine. That's Joe Milton. Look, I think Sean Payton could work wonders with Joe Milton. But we will never know. And look, after I get off here, I got some more work to do. And then I'm going to have it on my channel. I'm going live on the draft. I will be going live on the draft. I might do it by myself, or I might find somebody to go live with on the draft. On the draft with me for the first day of the draft. Because the Broncos have the first overall, they have the 12th pick in the draft this year. They're in the first round this year. And next year, if they don't trade not next year, they will actually have all their draft picks in 2025. If they don't use them this year. But they might, Sean Payton, who knows what Sean Payton want to do, because in New Orleans, Sean Payton always traded up. He always traded up in the draft. In New Orleans, he always traded up. So who knows? Like, look what they did this past draft. He traded up for Marvin Rams. So we just gonna have to wait and see on that note. But wow, that was just a shocker. It was a shocker. But it wasn't nothing new. Like I said, everybody in Broncos country was waiting on this. Now we just gotta see what they do. Cause look, free agency, legal tampering starts Monday. That's the 11th. Free agency starts on the 13th. The 11th is legal tampering, but you can actually sign somebody starting the 13th. So I'm gonna be busy. Look, I don't mind being busy. You know, I might have a couple of doctor's appointments to go to. But look, I'll be doing it. Look, I'm fighting for my disability. I can say it on here. I did work. I worked all my life as a certified electrician. I come wire you up right now. You know what I mean? I'm not skilled. I got my paper, so you know, I'm just putting it out there, letting my listeners know what I did during my lifetime. But you know what I mean, right now I love doing my podcast. I love bringing y'all news and look, as my podcast grows, I'll be able to have the things I need to do to make my podcast. What my content alone makes this the best Broncos podcast that there is, and I got hella shorts going on, so y'all can go on my YouTube channel, Anything Broncos Podcast. Look, subscribe, share. If you ain't subscribe and share. I put out shorts daily. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm doing it. And look, I'm banging. I'm just trying to get my podcast out there. You know, people listening. So I'm just trying to pump them out the best way I know how. It's just me. When I used to rhyme, it was just me. I was a solo artist, so I'm solo on this. But I will be going live on draft day. But this year, I'm better equipped. I got a year under my belt. I know I got to talk about different things that's draft related while they working doing their thing. I got to do that. I think I'm more equipped this year, y'all. I'm more equipped. But Broncos country, look, it's brighter days ahead. It's brighter days ahead. Yeah, I know Sean Payton never had success with a quarterback he drafted. Gary Grayson, Ian Book, right? But he said they better for it now. He's better for it now. He knows certain things to look for. He better be better for it now, because his tenure in Denver counts on that. It counts on that. It counts on that. The one penny group, they just looking. They say, okay, we watching you. You did have a good year in 2023. You finished 8-9. Another win could have been 9-8, right? So one more win could have separated them from 9-8. But they had 3 more wins than the previous season, so they chalked it up as an improvement, which it was. They chalked it up as an improvement, which it was. But I'm signing off, everybody. Be back tomorrow, for sure. We're going to end this like how we always end this with a Maha salute.